Hello and welcome to Watch World Cup 2014, where we get to look and predict this year's FIFA World Cup. And today, Corey, we are on Group C. Okay, so on your screen now is a list of Group C, because we've got Colombia, Greece, Ivory Coast and Japan. So, co-host Corey Eaton, hello.
Hello.
Just looking at this before we go into details, some great teams.
Yeah.
What are your two teams, what you think are going up, qualifying at least?
Probably Ivory Coast. Because they're quite good. I've seen them play before. And probably Colombia, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, out of these, before we get into everything, I think Colombia are the highest ranked team out of us all the teams here. I know, let's get into some details, starting with the top Colombia, which is with me. So, on the screen now is they're currently ranked 4th. They wasn't in the last World Cup, and their predicted finish, due to our source of www.bsports.com/World Cup, they predict they're going to finish in the quarterfinals. So Colombia are currently ranked 4th in the FIFA rankings, with their highest being 3rd, which was in July last year, and their lowest being 53rd in June 2011. So massive change and improvement. Colombia were a massive threat to the big teams throughout the 90s, however failed to even qualify for the World Cup between 2002 and 2010. Colombia's golden generation was in the 90s, however as the decade ended, this faded away. However, in the qualifiers for this World Cup, Colombia are back in their golden generation and are hoping to do well in this year's World Cup. Colombia's first ever international game was against Mexico in 1938. However, here they lost 3-1. Colombia have had 4 massive 5-0 wins against Argentina in 1993, Uruguay in 2004, Peru in 2005 and Bolivia in 2013. However, their biggest defeat is 9-0 versus the mighty Brazil in 1957. So, there is Colombia. Not much information as I normally have actually there, but Colombia, they sort of went out their golden generation throughout the last decade. People saying they're getting back into it after qualifying, of course, again. Colombia ranked 4th. They must be doing good to be ranked 4th.
Yeah. It's brilliant for that team, especially Colombia, who haven't been in the World Cup for ages.
Yeah, the last World Cup I think was 1998. I'm guessing 1998. Please say if I'm wrong. We'll probably see if I'm wrong. But 1998. Last World Cup not in, which is pretty shocking. I think they were in the best times actually around then. But anyway, that is Colombia. Okay, so going back to the Group C, we have got Greece, which is that me again?
Yeah.
Yes, it's me again. So trying to find it on the computer. There's Greece. Okay, so Greece are currently ranked 12th in the FIFA rankings. The last World Cup they was out at group stage. However, their predicted finish from the source is the second round. So bsports.com are predicting Greece and Colombia to be the qualifying teams. Some history for you now. 8th is their biggest ranking in 2008 and 2011, and their lowest was 66th in 1998. They have made 3 appearances in the World Cup, their first being in 1994. Greece played Italy for their first international game and lost 4-1 in 1929. In 1949, Greece got their record win against Syria, beating them 8-0. Hungary were 11-1 winners against Greece in their record lose. The team's success in qualifying for the 1994 World Cup in the USA marked Greece's first ever World Cup appearance. Greece finished unbeaten in their qualifying group and was drawn into the group of death, with runners-up from the last World Cup in 1990 Argentina, Bulgaria and Nigeria. With the great qualifying campaign, hopes were high for Greece, but in the end they got one of the worst records in World Cup history. They lost 4-0 against Argentina, also 4-0 against Bulgaria, and they lost 2-0 to Nigeria, meaning they were eliminated, scoring 0 goals and conceding 10. Okay, so Greece ranked 12th. Their history not really good. 3 appearances, their last World Cup group stage. That shows signs of a bad team. However, the rankings show different. So prediction as well to go past the qualifying stage. Corey, what are your thoughts on Greece?
Well, the ranking what shocks me. Got the 12th, which is quite shocking for our team. But well, in the group stage, I don't think I qualify into the finals of it, but I think they've been like thirds or fourth.
In the group stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we will come to our overall predictions at the end, near the end of the show. Anyway, it's time to go to our next team, which is, both of them with you, Corey. It's Ivory Coast, who are currently ranked 17th, which, is that the highest in this group? For the rankings? Oh, no. Ivory Coast, 17th. Their last World Cup was group stage. Their predicted finish, again, is group stage. Here's Corey with his history while he is researched. Corey.
Okay, so Ivory Coast has had 2 World Cup appearances in 2006 and 2010. Their best result in the World Cup was in the first round in 2006 and 2010. Their highest ranking was 17th and their worst ranking was 75th.
Wait a minute, did you say the highest is 17th?
Yeah.
So that means Ivory Coast are now at their highest ranking ever, as they are 17th at the moment.
Yeah. Ivory Coast's biggest win was another 0 against Central African Rep. Their biggest defeat was 2-6 against Ghana. Ivory Coast's nickname is the Elephants. They have qualified for 3 consecutive World Cup. First in Germany in 2006, where they failed to progress beyond the group stage. They qualified again for South Africa in 2010 and did not get through the group stage again. The Ivory Coast team is notable for having participated in and won the 2 highest scoring penalty shootouts in a national football competition. The 24 shootout in the final of the 1992 African Cup of Nations, where Ghana were defeated 11-10, and the 24 shootout in the quarterfinals of the 2006 African Cup of Nations, when Cameroon was defeated 12-11 this time in both the 2006 and 2010 World Cups. Ivory Coast were placed in a 5th so-called Greece group of death in 2006. Ivory Coast faced Argentina, Netherlands and Serbia and Montenegro. Argentina and Netherlands reached the last round of 16 in 2010. Ivory Coast were drawn with Brazil, Portugal and North Korea. Ivory Coast finished third in Group G as Brazil and Portugal progressed. So that's what I got for Ivory Coast.
Finally, okay, so Ivory Coast, from what I bothered to listen to, I think are just getting into their golden generation, because they're their highest ranking in their history. However, I don't think this is going to be their year in the World Cup, to be honest, as they have got Colombia. They may have a chance for second place. I think that's mainly between Greece and Ivory Coast for the second. They are a great team with Didier Drogba, if he still plays for them, if he hasn't retired. Sorry if he is listening, which I doubt, but I don't think Ivory Coast are ready to go beyond the group stage at the moment, but maybe if they do qualify for Russia's Olympics, sorry, World Cup, we've already had the Olympics there, the Winter Olympics, if they do qualify for the 2016, they may, if they keep improving, but I don't think Ivory Coast are quite there at the moment. Okay, so moving on to the last country on our list, and that is Japan. Okay, so looking on this, they're currently ranked 48th. Their last World Cup was group stage, and their predicted finish is actually the group stage. There's an error on your screen there. It's actually group stage, not the second round. Anyway, Coro, here's what research have you got for us?
Okay, so Japan has had 5 World Cup appearances in 1998, 2002, 2006, 2010 and now 2014. Their best round in the World Cup was the 9th round of 16s, as they did it twice in 2002 and 2010. Japan's highest ranking was 9th, their lowest ranking was 66th. Which is quite terrible. Japan's biggest win was 15-0 against, sorry if I can't pronounce it, Philippines, and the biggest defeat was 15-2 against
Philippines, Corey, I think.
Oh,
Philippines.
Okay. The nation's first ever FIFA World Cup appearances was in 1998, where they lost all 3 matches. Japan's first 2 fixtures went 1-0 in the favour of Argentina, and Costa Rica, Croatia. Despite playing well in both games, their campaign ended with an unexpected 2-1 defeat to rank outsiders Jamaica. Japan started their run to the World Cup 2014 with numerous qualifying throughout. They suffered only 2 losses to Uzbekistan and Jordan, and drawing against Australia. Afterwards, on October 12th, Japan picked up a historic 1-0 victory over France, a team they had never defeated before. After a 1-1 draw with Australia, they qualified for the 2014 FIFA World Cup, becoming the first nation outside of Brazil who is hosting the tournament to qualify, and that's what I got for Japan.
Finally. And with that, time for our overall predictions of the group. So going back to the Group C side, Corey, what are your final predictions for Group C?
I think first is going to be Colombia, second probably Ivory Coast, third Greece, and last Japan.
Okay, well I agree with the Colombia first. Like I said, I think it's going to be between Greece and Ivory Coast. Japan, I think they've just been drawn a pretty bad group for them. However, you do not know until the games actually start. As you saw in last World Cup, Italy You know, they were the reigning champions and they failed in 4th place in group stage. But going by stats, Colombia first, second, if I have to pick a team, I believe Greece, Ivory Coast third. I think how they are on that board is how they go finish. And when we go back, it'll be nice to see what our predictions are, but at the moment, according to stats, I'm going to agree with Colombia, Greece, Ivory Coast, Japan. Yeah, I'm going to stick at that one. So, we'll see what happens. Please tune in a week's time, hopefully. We're trying to make them in pairs, where we have Group D, and quickly go over teams in Group D, what to look forward to. Uruguay, Costa Rica, Italy and England. Way to enjoy. Can't wait for that. Please subscribe, like and do whatever you do to videos. I'm Oliver Eaton.
And I'm Carl Eaton.
Goodbye.